clean them up.
When they throw the Molotov cocktails into the house, and then it flashes to Prop Joe lighting up a cigar with a flame. Like it's one of the most.
I never put that together. That's crazy.
It is one of the most beautiful transitions.
Wiretapped Truths. I can't even sound the Charlemagne God thing.
Godspeed to all y'all for the rest of the show. Make sure everybody like, subscribe, and share, and all that. We need to keep the wire alive, man. Keep it alive.
Please like, subscribe, and share Wiretapped Truths.
So please subscribe, share.
Like, share, subscribe, retweet, whatever you got to do. Get this platform out there.
Wiretapped Truths.
Instagram pages. So my people can go ahead and look at it and like.
Please like, share, and subscribe to Wiretapped Truths.
That's it. Thank you.
Welcome to Wiretapped Truths. My name is the Amazing Spider-Man, aka Jesse Perez. Joined by Mr. Wiretapped Truths Leland, and today we got a special episode. We got a special tribute episode. We try to get as many people as we can that's been on the wire, and we did an episode of people who passed away, and this Charley Scalies, who played Horseface, his daughter's in the Facebook group. So I asked her to come on the podcast, and she brought her sister, Charlie's favorite kid.
Right.
So you guys want to introduce yourselves? Anne-Marie, we'll start with you.
Sure, that's more of a gag for my sister, Charlie's favorite kid.
We figured that out.
I'm Anne-Marie, and I still go by Scalies, although I'm married. It's all within the name, right? Can't get rid of it. I'm his youngest child, and therefore we say that I'm the favorite. Or, well, she thinks she's the favorite, but we all know it's me. I have a big theater background, much like my dad. So I'm happy to be here.
Very cool. And Angie, I've talked to you a couple times. I love you. I love your personality. And if you want to tell us about yourself and how we met.
I am Angie Scalies Kogut. I am Horseface's oldest daughter, which means that I loved him longer than his favorite child. And he loved me longer than his favorite child. But, that's really just splitting hairs, and I don't really want to turn it into a thing with my sister. So I am, shortly after Pop passed away, I went on a wire page on Facebook and was reading all of these posts and this outpouring of love and then silliness and using different lines and different quotes that Horseface would say. And every once in a while I check in, and I checked in at the anniversary of his death, and the following day I get this DM from this dude, and I think he's some stalker from overseas trying to date me, because why wouldn't he be? And it wound up being Jesse, and Jesse told me that he had this Wire podcast, and they wanted to do a tribute episode for Dad, and would I be interested? And I first Googled him and then went to YouTube to find out that he was indeed a real person who really actually had a podcast, because that's what I do, trust but verify. Jesse and I had a chance to talk, and he said some really great things about Pop, and I let him know that there could not be a tribute for Pop without his favorite daughter. So I had him, send her a link.
Wow. This is, as we were talking before we started, you all, we've had David Simon on here before, on our channel. And we've done, I think this is tribute number 5, I want to say. I think this is number 5 in terms of who we paid homage to. Never in a million years did I think we would be paying homage to Horseface with 2 of his daughters. This is humbly just an unbelievable experience. So this is going to be really fun. It's going to be a really fun time tonight. So I'm excited.
Well,
So
I do-
are we the fillies? Like, is that the female horses?
what's that?
Are we like the fillies, female horses?
I don't.
There you go.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the word. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. So, Angie, actually, I wanna. You said some nice words, and I wanna give a shout out to Kurt Burke because that Facebook group, The Wire, All the Pieces Matter, is the best fan group of The Wire on Facebook, and it's not like a Sopranos one. I mean, the Sopranos one is good, but the Sopranos is just a bunch of like one-liner jokes and everybody laugh. Like The Wire, we break down the characters. We talk like if Horseface is mentioned, is like how loyal is Horseface, and like who's the top loyal characters, and then it gets so we get into it, and you said that Facebook page helped you during your grieving, right?
A
I don't,
lot,
Anne-Marie, I
a
don't know
lot,
if you
a lot. I cannot thank the people on that page enough for reaching out and for posting fan art and for just telling fun stories or their favorite horse line. And just the kindness was huge because my dad, our dad, Pop, was the kind of person that lit up a room. There was no one could ever say anything bad about him. He didn't really have any enemies. Everyone was a friend. And his loss was so deep and so palpable that going to that page on Facebook really made me proud of my Pop and made me realize that even through the loss, I was so lucky that he was my dad.
Wow.
And the fact that other people saw him and appreciated his talent, magnificent. Thanks, everybody.
Angie, there's 5 of you all, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
So
I remember from our first tribute with him, we were discussing like his history and stuff, and he was like he was a father of 5 kind of thing. Like I thought so. I wanted to be sure.
Yeah, he was a baby when he got married. He and my mom were young. I think they were maybe 22 and 20 respectively. Yeah. And they had 4 kids in quick succession. And then the ass ender, which would be Charlie's favorite kid. She came a little bit later. But yeah.
Well, it's funny because I read like the interview you sent me, and I read some of the stuff you sent me, right? And he said, he wanted his grandkids to see him, and that's going to be like a forever legacy, The Sopranos. And so, you guys have kids? Have they watched The Wire? Have they watched Sopranos, the Soprano scene with him, or?
Well, I don't have any kids that I know of, but there are several months in college that I was drunk and anything is possible. And Amory doesn't have kids. My brothers both have kids.
Wow.
No, but it definitely is one of those things that I think when Pop passed away, and I think it was me that got the phone call from some news outlet. I guess they Googled and they I don't know. They found my name somehow and got my number and called me, and I'm like, what's going on? I don't think we all realize like how huge the Wire fan base was. But I knew a little bit by when, you would talk about, meet somebody new and you would talk about your family, or somebody be like, oh yeah, Marie's dad's on The Wire, and people would freak out. And I'm like, what? And so the running thing would be like, Dad, I'm like, can you grab a headshot and can you send it to this address? And he ate it up left, right, and center. He loved being the center of attention. And all of these tributes that have taken place, I mean, just the week after he passed away was so intense that, that's the one time I'm like, gosh, I wish he was here, because this is the legacy that I don't even think he realized that he had. Yeah. But, when you talk about all he wanted was for, to pass on that legacy, it's really you guys that are doing that and kind of allowing us, like I think Andrew was saying, how lucky we are. Anybody who has a parent that's been in any type of entertainment industry is lucky, because it lives on.
Yeah.
It's like, you want to hear his voice. It's like, let me pop on something,
Yeah.
I want to see him. There he is. Or like, when you're going through the channels at night and you're like, oh my God, what is that Law and Order episode? That's my father.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
Has that happened to you since his passing?
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then people will message you or they'll screenshot, be like, I saw your dad on TV. Saw your dad on TV. It's always funny because like Law and Order, they'll recycle the same actors, and he played 2 different characters on Law and Order.
Yeah. Well, you guys probably can't answer this, but it's funny. So we've have 2 people from The Wire that's like, I haven't been on Law and Order, and we're like, how haven't you been?
Wow.
Every working actor has been on Law
Everybody.
And Order.
Yeah.
And then some.
Oh, actually, one of them is he was in Sergey from season 2. Chris Ashford.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Chris. Yeah.
And as we talk about it, Jesse, I've mentioned it every time we bring up how good the Wire actors are and other stuff. Pablo, is it Schreiber or Schreiber? I always feel like I butchered that.
I think
Schreiber. He was so good in Law and Order SVU, like they had to bring him back for another season. And
he's amazing.
They rarely do that in Law and Order. It's always, hey, suspect in the beginning, we're gonna catch you by the end of the episode. He was so good in Law and Order. Like it's unbelievable. So the Wire actors, is anything that they're in, it doesn't matter what it is. It just seems like they always jump off the screen because as a rabid Wire fan, it's like, oh, hey, that's Horseface, kind of thing.
Oh
like,
yeah,
that's just what it is. Like,
yeah, I think for Wire fans, he would always be remembered as Horseface. What did he get recognized? And Angie, I do spot the stevedore vest. I appreciate that.
He was a dock worker in Law and Order, right?
I think so. He's done.
No. I think he was a landlord in one of them, and he was a cop in the other one.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So what did he get recognized more as? So the Sopranos scene or The Wire?
I think it's kind of both. I think when people talk about it, they can easily identify when we're like, oh, Dad was in the Sopranos test stream, like, because that was the one for him that was huge. That was the big paycheck. That was, being Italian and like the pinnacle. But because The Wire is so niche, even though it was only one episode of Sopranos, I would say it's the Sopranos because it kind of had more reach at that time.
Yeah.
Now, but The Wire now, with especially since COVID and all the replays, people people are just tickled when you say like, oh yeah, my dad's Horseface, and it's insane. It's overwhelming and awkward at the same time.
But we love Horseface as Wire fans. If you're a true Wire fan, you absolutely adore season 2. Like, if you're a real Wire fan, like you adore how good season 2 was, and Horseface was a big part of it. Like, he was a huge part of it. Like,
what I like about Dad and The Wire, my sister's a theater gal too. She went to college for it, so did I, and Dad went back to he acted when he was younger, and then well into adulthood, then he went back to it. But Dad is a stage actor, larger than life. And a lot of his screen work, he's larger than life. But there was something about Horseface where I was like, this is the first time seeing Dad on screen where he just is. He's just being. And it's like that sense of community that he was with. And so you could tell it was kind of, that was the nature of the set, and that he got good material to work with. And especially, meeting Ralphie Alvarez, and they got really close, and he writes for the people that are acting for him, and he gets to know them. So it was, to me, even though Daddy wasn't that person, it was the most natural, I think, of all of his.
Yeah. So I want to get into that, right? Because because when I first spoke to Angie, I was like, he was a blue collar guy, right? She was like, no, not at all. And I was like, but it just comes off so, like, there's a scene with him at the bar where he's just like mumbling something, like whatever, but he's like saying a joke, right? But you could picture this happening at a dive bar.
Yep.
Like the conversation is just like that. That's almost like documentary
That was our dinner
style.
Table. I mean, that was our dinner table.
Right. Without the cursing in the shots. My dad rarely cursed. He rarely used bad language. I never saw him do a shot of any alcohol. I only saw him intoxicated once in my life. And when he was intoxicated, he could not stop repeating a line from a Monty Python movie that I won't repeat. Well, so one time I saw my dad actually drunk, but he was a altar boy, and he's a college graduate. He graduated with a degree in English. He loved his religion classes. Wow. And he worked in contract management for a satellite office of Litton Industries for years as a contract manager. Wow. But yeah, he could turn on the blue collar in the neighborhood guy, and that's because of the way that he was brought up. My grandfather, his dad, ran a delicatessen, aka pool hall, in South Philadelphia. Wow. So my dad got to grow up with all kinds of extremely interesting characters.
Wow. That's so interesting that you all say that about how in person on stage, pretty much everywhere but The Wire, he was this larger than life personality. Yeah. And how we see him in The Wire is, I don't want to say he's like just a piece, because he's such an important piece, but it's like he's not, it's really about the Sobotkas, really, kind of thing. And he's Frank's right-hand man. But so that's such an interesting contrast in terms of how you all really, really know him and seeing him in The Wire.
When he's like walking away from the van and he does that look, like
I love that.
That look is, I mean, left,
I
right,
love
and center for our family. Like, I'm like, oh, that's Daddy. Like, that's his. Like, I can see it. Like, that was like that. I'm disappointed in you. Like, and it got you right to the core. And you're like, oh man, this guy, he's getting away with a lot. This is pretty clever.
I love that scene. I absolutely love that scene because it's unbelievable. It's such a scene.
One thing that scared the crap out of me and reminded me of getting in trouble when I was a kid was when Bunk had showed up at the dock, and he looks at me, he said, "Get in the car," and Horseface is like, "No."
I was just gonna say, I love that scene. He's like,
"No, locked up?
No,
you gotta lock me up."
They're like, "What do you mean, no?" And I was like, Horseface got some guts, man. He's like, because he didn't get pushed over. It was like getting.
The Wire is the only time I ever saw my father run.
Oh yeah,
that was funny. I enjoyed it. My father didn't really have a preference for real or fake
tits. You can curse. You can curse, Angie. You can curse. We curse. Yeah.
Indeed. And every once in a while, I will get that question posed to me by one of the members of the Wire group asking me if I prefer them fake or real. But I guess I can only respond by saying, how Horseface would respond. That thus far, I haven't made up my mind.
that his comedic timing, like, and you all can maybe speak to this in person. Was he that funny in person too? Like, because in season 2, his comedic moments, whether it's the face, like you mentioned, when he's still in the van, or when he asks Frank, "Can I ask you a real question? You like fake tits?" Like, it's such a his comedic timing was so good. It was so good. It was
he always do. So you would be in a room and people would have a conversation, and his mind was already ready, and it would be finding that time of where to throw something in. But his comedic timing in life was just spot on. I mean, we'll all say that we got our humor from our dad.
Because you two, I hate to say it respectfully, you two are clowns. Like, you two are pretty funny. I can tell. Like,
for sure.
Well, in the interview, right? Didn't Charley Scalies say he was like a Dean Martin? Not Dean. He was Dean Martin, and what was the other? Who did Dean Martin used to tour with? Jerry Lewis.
Joey.
He was like him and his comedy partner were like a Martin and Lewis kind of a guy.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, listen, people just.
Was he a big Jerry Lewis fan?
I don't remember that, to be honest with you.
He loved Ernest Borgnine.
Yeah, he was real into music. He was real into like Mario Lanza and things like that, and Louis Prima. Anything Italian, he loved. He got into a kick on like Tejano music for a while, and he would just like throw on this music from Texas and Mexico, and you're like, okay, let's go.
And God forbid you bring up the movie Ben-Hur, because he would talk about Ben-Hur for a week and a half and not stop talking about Ben-Hur. Enough with the Ben-Hur.
Did you guys ever get to visit him on set?
I did. I didn't. Not on the Wire set though. I got to follow him to a movie set, and that was pretty cool. Never. I don't know why that we didn't go to Baltimore. I think mommy did. I think my mom went down once or twice. And I do remember like
hun.
Baltimore.
It's Baltimore, hun.
Baltimore. Sorry. I got to bring out my Delco, and I'll be all right. But I think mommy did. I went to 2 Bits. I went on the set of 2 Bits with him. And learned the true style of acting, which is like 5% acting, 95% waiting. But he loved every second of it. But yeah, he was gone for a while for that one. When you contract for a 12 episode stint, he was in Baltimore for a while, having a grand old time. And then anytime there was like a premiere or anything like that, I was always upset that he would take my mom and not me, because I thought I was the one that loved theater the most. So like, why wouldn't you take me? But I guess his wife, 60 something years, could be.
I guess his wife.
Amory also got the pleasure of being able to direct my dad in the musical ones.
I did.
He had a phenomenal voice.
He did.
As like nice family moments like that is always nice, right? Like I remember I was in I wanted to do theater in high school, and I didn't get casted, so they were like, but the director liked me, so he put me as an extra, right? He put me as an extra. So I told my parents, I was like, you guys don't have to come, right? And it was like my mom was like, yeah. She was like, oh man, you don't have lines. And then, like, when the play started, though, on the front row, I see my grandpa and my dad sitting right there. And, but that's a memory I would always carry, right? Like, I was like,
for sure.
I still tell my dad, and then my grandpa has since passed away. But I was like, because like,
remember that moment.
He came to support me, and it was a time where I didn't even think I wanted them there, right? I was like, I don't want you guys to come. I don't have no lines.
We did that for Dad all the time. His start was as an extra, so you'd be like, I saw the side of your face. Like I think it was 12 Monkeys. You could see the side of his face in the airport, and in Jersey Girl, you could see him in the town hall. And you just pause it. You're like, that's my dad.
Jersey Girl kind of gets a bad rap. I like Jersey Girl.
I do too.
And Jesse, we spoke about it. Some of our favorite scenes, like some of our legendary scenes, and one of Jesse's favorite scenes, you all, is Frank and Ziggy talking, like, walking down. I think it's the pier. I think they're walking down, and they're having like a moment, just a reflective moment. And Jesse mentioned, Wire fans, it doesn't seem like it gets the love, that scene gets the love that it probably should. And I mentioned it on the episode. I'm like, well, if you don't really have those moments with your father, or you're not a parent, it might not move you. For you two, you all probably love that scene, thinking about how much you all loved your dad and watching Frank and Ziggy talk like this. And same with my dad. I love that scene, just thinking about moments with my father. Since I've had my daughter, it's been random times my dad will call me. He'll be like, hey, son, what are you doing on a Saturday at 2:47? I'm like, hey, I'm in the city visiting my godchildren. He's like, oh, well, I'm coming to where you're at. Let's meet at the grocery store so we can talk. And we're just going to talk randomly, so it's when you're connected with your father, stuff like that in The Wire, it'll tug at you, because I know most fans don't mention that scene, but we've highlighted it, I think 2 or 3 times, I think, on different episodes,
Well, you forget about the connection of family, so everything is all deterred by all the shenanigans, if you will.
Well,
so
you guys are Italian.
100%, baby.
So he played Polish on the show, though. Right?
He sure did.
But I think Italians and Puerto Rican, like, I think one of the similarities is like close family.
Family is family.
Like, I'm 42. I still say mommy. I be calling my sister, mommy say this, daddy say this.
We call our mom mommy.
Yep. 61. I call her mommy.
Yeah.
It's just like a big I think it's just like like and food, right? I think food is a big part of the culture.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's what my wife is Spanish, and so it's like I have a hard time distinguishing, like, okay, do I like Italian food more than I like Spanish food, or is it dead even? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure, but
It's a connoisseur
Italian
food.
food is my goodness. I don't even know. I don't even know how you
Dad's-
all make it so good. I love Italian food.
Dad's
my mom
favorite
is
food was pasta. That's it.
pasta. My
Any
mom's
pasta.
Puerto Rican, but she makes some good Italian food. So she makes stuffed shells, but instead of the cheese, she puts meat inside.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
delicious.
Yes, yes, yes,
Angie makes a mean ziti.
indeed.
What are you guys' favorite meals?
Oh gosh, that's a hard one. I love all food, really. But I think when you're speaking about family and being Italian,
what's a good Italian dish from you all? Family?
Daddy and his side of the family always did the Feast of the Seven Fishes on Christmas Eve, and
I just learned about that watching The Bear.
Yes, that was a fantastic episode.
That's one of the best episodes of television.
That was like
ever. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to know what it was like in our family, like you could it's pretty reminiscent. It was spot on. But that would be it, you know.
A little exaggerated.
Daddy would get together with his sister, his mother, his brother, and we would all get together with their kids, and we would either host or go to his brother's house or his sister's house, and it was the Seven Fishes, and it was all deep fried fish, and just laughs, loud, and laughs. And then Daddy would always make me pesto because that was my favorite. There'd be 3 different pastas and then 7 fishes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, Leland, you haven't watched The Bear yet. If you're gonna,
I've seen season 1, and I think halfway through season 2.
Yeah, if you're gonna watch any episode, watch the 7 Fishes. That's one of the greatest episodes of television.
So good. What was your what's your favorite episode of The Wire?
That's a good question. So it's either there's a few.
I'm gonna interview you now.
Season 2, episode 6. And it's funny. I do kind of agree with people that say like, but I'm not gonna cop out to this answer. I'll give you a real answer. But they're like, The Wire. It's hard to have a favorite episode because it's like everything follows everything, and it's like you got to watch the whole series long. Where like The Sopranos, you could go, I can always go back to this episode.
Right.
I really like season 2, episode 6. That's the Omar courtroom scene. D'Angelo gets killed, and that's like that opens up. That kind of closes that chapter in season 2, and it opens up like the Wire case to the dock workers. Like the Wire doesn't even come into like episode 7 or 8, right? Right, Luna?
I think it's 7.
Yeah. So season 2, episode 6, I feel is like a finale of that. I love that, and I love Lawrence Gilliard as D'Angelo. So him getting killed off was like a heartbreaking episode. And
when Stringer, goes and visits his mother and puts her hand on his shoulder,
You know what?
I wanted to punch him through the TV.
So let's speak on that because I'll answer you all my favorite episode. So probably in the next 24 hours, we're going to release an episode it's our first like psychoanalysis episode, if you will, and it's sociopaths versus psychopaths of The Wire. So we were kind of, and it's kind of a gray area that kind of overlaps some of the similarities. But when we were distinguishing Stringer, that was the exact point that I made. Like, you have to be psychopathic to sit next to a grieving mother who thinks her son just killed himself and rub her shoulder, and you're the reason that he's dead. Like, that's like next level psychopath type stuff. So, like, yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly right there.
Yeah. And season 3, episode 8 is up there with one of the best. That's when Stringer tells ironically, I didn't even notice when Stringer tells Avon, I killed your nephew at the end of the scene.
It's one of the few scenes where his accent comes out. He's speaking so intensively, like that's a really good one. But I was watching one of our old episodes, Jesse, season 2, episode 11, Frank's episode.
That's a great one. Yeah, that's great.
That's a really, really, really good episode. That's probably up there for me. And the series finale, because I feel like a lot of shows, they don't really know how to close a show and make it end to where fans really appreciate it, and I think The Wire does that phenomenally. So I think that's a really good one. But it's hard to pick. It's definitely hard to pick. But that Frank episode, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Chris Brower is amazing. He's an amazing.
He is.
How many times have you guys seen The Wire season 2?
Well, I saw it twice, and then when I knew about tonight, I decided I was going to watch it again, which I have been avoiding it because I was afraid I would be too upset. So I've been avoiding it, and I thought this is going to be a shit show. I'm going to cry. I'm going to be good. So I put it on, and I'm not even 4 minutes into the first episode, and I just couldn't stop smiling, and it's just been great. What awesome. Great memories! So funny. It just gets funnier every time.
Leland always says it's one of the funniest episodes, seasons. We think it's because Raphael. We interviewed Joy Kutchko, and we said because the two head writers were her and Raphael, right? And we said who said some beautiful words about your dad, and we said that were you the one with the sense of humor? And she was like, Raphael's a pretty funny guy. We were like, okay, because somebody in that writer's room was like,
it's definitely season 2 and season 3. Like if you want to pick the 2 funniest seasons, it's definitely those 2. I don't think it's close in terms of comedic value, but I feel like when James Ransone passed, we were in the midst of doing, we were breaking down the show We Own the City. I don't know if you all are familiar. Yeah, okay. So we were doing that, and then we got the news before it even hit TMZ, because one of our support system is Kurt Burke kind of thing, like you mentioned. And I don't know how he's so tapped into the Wire world. I still don't understand how he gets access to certain stuff that the Wire actors don't have themselves. I don't understand it, but I'm not going to question it either. So we kind of knew before all the outlets knew. And then when we got to coming back to season 2 and we were watching James Ransone on camera, it's like, you want to be sad, but you are kind of happy kind of watching it. It might be tough, but at the end you're like, man, he's going to live forever kind of thing. Like you're sad because of the transition. Obviously he's not with us anymore, but just what you said, Angie, thinking that you were going to be upset watching your dad for this interview, and the complete opposite. Kind of thing. It's a refreshing breath of fresh air kind of. And when I rewatch season 2 now after James Ransone has passed, it's definitely like, man, I really miss him. But damn, he was a damn good actor. Like,
some of the things that I see on the Facebook page that I just need to make sure I set the record straight on. Somebody had commented at one point about Pop getting into character as Horseface and the way that he waddled like a penguin. Well, I want to let you know that wasn't acting. My father actually waddled like a penguin because he had short knees. I think part of the reason that he did so well with the Horseface character is that half of his mouth was paralyzed from Bell's palsy. Yep. So a lot of people thought that was an acting choice. It wasn't. His face wouldn't move. And then for the beauty of television and art, my father could never, ever hotwire a car because his one hand didn't work. But on the wire he could. We already addressed the running, which never, ever, ever happens. And let's see, what else did people think was true about him? It was not true. Oh, just the cursing. Never happened.
But
he got to do it a lot. He got to do it a lot in a lot of his shows too. And
I was thinking just now, you all, like, how much does he curse in the what? Now you all got me thinking, like, how much does Horseface curse in the show? Like, I'm trying to think. Like, it's not a lot. I don't think.
But the lines that he would have were killer. You know what I mean? What shriveled dick motherfucker.
Yeah.
Sipping.
Yeah, he wasn't that. He wasn't that vulgar. Yeah.
In Liberty Heights, he had a line. It was Frappuccino sipping cocksucker, and we were like, "What?
That was Wire."
No, that was
that's not you.
It was.
There
was a scene in The Wire where Ziggy was going to fight
Maui.
Yes.
Nobody can ever remember his name either, Angie. It's like nobody can ever remember Maui's name.
Maui went to the cart to get a sandwich and a frappuccino.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
and then he go, oh, okay.
He
Oh,
said,
But
here's a
"Look at him
little,
all high and mighty."
here's a little
Horseface says
Easter
he
egg.
has
So
Horseface
my dad and
needs to.
Raphael were close, and I don't know if it was like season 4, season 5 of season 2. There was a scene in one of the police stations where they were talking about a character that you never met, but they referred to him by last name of Scalise. That was intentional. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, The Wire gives little shout outs like that. So like there's like, all the writers, David Simon, Ed Burns, Jimmy McNulty's like, there's only a few officers that are good here. Me, you, and
Ed
then he starts
Burns.
listing names. He says Ed Burns. They'll throw like little Easter eggs in
And
there.
for Wire fans that don't, and I'm sure most of them do, David Simon was actually in an episode. I don't know
Yeah,
if they know that. When Frank got arrested, he's looking
yeah.
wide eyed at him.
Well, and Chris Bauer said your dad was top 3 scene partners of all time. That must have been nice to,
Wow.
like, read, right?
I don't think I heard that before.
Wow.
that was in that
Anything he's
article.
ever worked on, Jesse, or in The Wire specifically?
No, I think it was just The Wire specifically that he worked with him. Yeah, Angie sent me an article that they did on him, and Chris Bauer said that he's top 3 scene partners of all time.
Wow. They had
And,
such
it
good
was like-
chemistry. It was so good.
Yeah, and then you thought
Frank's
about it,
right
you're like,
hand.
yeah, Frank and Horseface's chemistry, and I just loved Horseface as the loyalty in him, like,
Yep.
and I love that union loyalty, right? Like Nikki was like, "What's it? Horseface ain't do shit." I could
Right,
testify,
yeah.
like he's ratting everybody else, but he's like Horseface, he ain't do shit. Like
Yep.
I'll testify to that.
Always
I
showing
just-
their shit.
yeah, like he'll commit perjury for her. Like they they loved each other. Like they really loved each other. They were like a family there.
Yeah.
And then you could tell like when Horseface was like, "What? Ziggy killed somebody? What the?" Like, and
He said,
yeah,
"Shot."
he brought that character to life so well, man. I think
He did.
I think
It was so well written, and the way the comedic scenes between when Ziggy and Horseface were in the same scene, and Horse was just breaking his balls constantly, so funny. And when they sent him the paternity letter and
Hilarious.
the music playing in the background, just dying. I was dying.
Yeah. And
Who's your
know
favorite
what,
character in
Angie?
season 2? Watching, I'm sorry, Leland.
No,
Who's
you
your
can go ahead, Jesse.
Who's your favorite character season 2 watching it again? Besides Horseface.
I think it's got to be Ziggy.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna say that.
Got to be Ziggy.
I knew it.
There's such a frenetic energy about him. He is so pathetic and so sad and so funny, but I understand his need to want to make his father proud of him.
Yeah, it's funny. Ever since not doing ever since before the podcast, I would have never met somebody else who actually like Ziggy. After the podcast, we met a few of them. Like Teddy Kanaz, who played Double G. He even says, Ziggy was such a sweet kid. And you kind of feel bad for him that he's like always messing up.
Omar on the stand.
Yeah, that's classic.
Unbelievable, classic.
No, you can't. You can't beat that.
So, Watch Mojo 8 months ago did top 10 Wire moments of all time. Number 10 was the season 2 closing montage.
So
if you guys ever want to check it out, yeah. But Horseface is the only one that goes to jail, right? Like he's the only one.
They swoop them all up.
But I think he was one of the few that was actually on the wire caught connected to crime. That's the thing.
True.
Like, everybody else, Jesse, wasn't really in the scheme of stuff with Frank. Everybody else in the union. But Horse, well, he was the one that was responsible for the computer. And what I was gonna say too, Jesse, I almost forgot. Jeffrey Pratt Gordon said that he auditioned for Horseface. I cannot imagine anybody else playing you all's father's role. Like it doesn't even. And I love Jeffrey Pratt Gordon as Johnny 50, but like
he was way too young for a Horseface.
I couldn't imagine him as Horseface. I couldn't imagine anybody else playing Horseface. So
Anne Marie, if you check out our interview with Jeffrey Pratt Gordon, he actually puts up the side there of the Horseface, the original side, because he keeps everything. The Horseface lines he ran.
Funny.
Yeah, so if you want to
That's
check that
so
out,
funny.
yeah.
Isn't it interesting how somebody you can read for a role and then somebody's like, you know what, this isn't the direction that character would be. Let's try something else.
Yeah,
No, it would have been a whole different scennario if it was a young guy, right?
it'd have been
For
completely
sure.
different.
For
It'd have been
sure.
completely different.
So
And
so being in that,
even if we switch them, and if nothing else changes, but the characters and Jeffrey Pratt Gordon is Horseface, and he's Frank's right hand man. I don't know. Like I just like Horseface next to Frank. I don't know. Like
I just like watching my dad play dumb. Like not be the brightest bulb because he'd be the one that would write all our papers and correct all of our stuff. And
really?
you know,
Wow.
yeah, he was the literary guy. It was just like, okay, you know,
My
well
mother would
mannered.
kick anybody's ass in Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Brutal.
So
I
what's
like
the
that.
gap of ages with you all? Like what is that?
Oh,
What is that span?
so funny that you should ask.
So my older brother is 62. I'm
Okay.
61. My younger brother is 59. The baby just turned 50. And then
Yesterday.
there's another sister out there whose age I don't know. I don't know.
Anne-Marie, I thought you were like 35. Angie, I thought you were younger.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I
I'm
thought
sorry,
you were
Jessica?
younger. I thought you were younger also. Yeah. But,
Thanks.
but
Well, fat don't crack.
I thought I was.
It's all the Italian oils, you know.
That's right.
I thought I was older than Anne Marie.
No, man.
Yeah.
No, that's what I called my mother the other day, and I just got excited because I was like, Mom, this is the last time you're going to hear the voice of a 49-year-old. I said, tomorrow you're going to be the mother. Your baby daughter is going to be 50. I'm like, that means you're old. That's the family that we came into. We bust each other's balls left, right, and center. But man,
I hear you.
It seems like it's so deep rooted in family love, though. Like I love that. I love that.
yeah, but that's why it translates so well. And I think that's why for me, I think, you know, when he was in Sopranos, it was just him and James Gandolfini. And, you know, he got a really great acting class with him that day and he loved it and he really identified well. But, you know, he was his own thing. It was a dream. It wasn't anything real. But him being a dock worker and being with other people, the compadres, like it's something different. So it was, I really do feel like he took his upbringing with him to the set. And I really do feel like it resonated.
But, you know, with the Sopranos, right? There's something special about just a scene between you and the main actor, you and James Gandolfini.
Sure.
Like 3 minutes of like, that's like, I think I'd rather have that than like 15 minutes of like somewhere else or something. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like,
I would like
just-
to think that they're both
just-
up there shooting the shit together.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
You know?
Rest in peace.
Just
James
without the
Gandolfini.
gun. I didn't like my dad having a gun in his hand. That bothered me. Much like he did a show. I don't know. I don't know if it was softcore porn or what, to be quite honest with you. But it was a movie with a lot of boobs, a lot of fake boobs. I think it was called
Species.
No, it was Condition Red, and it had a different name beforehand. And I was like, I can't watch. He was like a bartender. I was like, I can't watch this. No, thank you. Too close.
One of his earliest paid acting gigs was a Pennsylvania lottery commercial where he played an Easter bunny with an attitude. And I wish I could find that because it was ridiculous to see this 5'4", 350-pound man with a droopy face dressed in a pink Easter bunny costume. It was brilliant.
That's funny. Yeah, that's awesome memories like that. So what are some of you guys' favorite plays that you've done? You said you're in the theater world.
Oh gosh, that's a hard one. I mean, honestly, to be quite honest with you, and I'm not saying this just because we're talking about my dad, but in 2019, I don't really perform a lot. I direct mostly or produce. And my friend was directing a musical, Annie, and I was producing for him. And after the first night of auditions, I was like, I feel like I might regret not trying out for this part of Miss Hannigan, that Carol Burnett, made famous. And I did, and I got the role. And my sister brought my dad on opening night with my mother, and I have a picture of it somewhere. It's literally the highlight. It's not even being on stage. It's the moments after. It's being able to perform for someone who, my dad looked at all of his kids like we could do no wrong, even when we did. But to make him proud was, I think, anybody's greatest accomplishment. And in that moment, for him to be able to see his daughter perform a role that she really liked to play and kind of follow in his footsteps and do what he loves, and he knew how badly I loved it, but was afraid of it. I think for me that would be it.
Wow,
That's nice.
that is
Angie?
nice.
I'm not even sure if it's anything that I necessarily acted in. I think my favorite theater memory was when Anne Marie was in college and she directed a play that I wrote when I was in college.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That I think is probably
That's
my
cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny too because we had, you know, you were saying that, right? And we had Genevieve Hudson Price, who played the character of Dee Dee on The Wire. She had the 3 scenes through three different seasons. If you guys know who I'm talking about. So season 3, she buys drugs, right? She's like this white sorority girl who buys drugs in the hood. Season 4, she's like a prostitute. We see her at a bodega. So she got into the life. In season 5, she's giving an NA speech. She's in recovery, right? So it's like 3.
What a great arc.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. So, but it doesn't like. It doesn't say, "Hey, this is like you got to really you got to follow the story, right? You got to be like, oh, that's the girl who bought. Wait, that. Oh, now she's in recovery. That's so cool. Because it's like years later too, right?
Yeah.
Which is something I love about The Wire. Like you got to really pay attention to it, right? So her father though was Richard Price, who was a writer for The Wire. He wrote Clockers.
Okay.
He wrote a bunch of stuff. Yeah. She said, my father's my favorite writer, and I got to work with my favorite writer. I thought that was like you know, such an awesome thing to say.
There's nothing like a daddy-daughter. There is nothing like it.
Oh yeah, I know it.
How old is your daughter?
She will be 3. She'll be a 3-nager in January.
That's right.
Fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wonderful.
That's Princess Olivia.
She's the princess of the podcast for sure. That's
fantastic.
That's my pride and joy. I love it.
Yeah, so the scene with the Sopranos, right? That one-on-one scene too, right? There's something else I noticed too. I was like, it's the only time like there's not many times somebody talks down to Tony. And even though it was a dream, right? It was kind of like you could still tell that this coach was an authority figure over Tony, right? So I was like, and you see that insecure Tony come out, right? That we don't really see that much, right? The guy from Terminator 2, right? When he owes Tony money, he's like, "Wait, you still think I'm the kid at the back of the school bus?" And then he goes, and then like your dad makes a joke at Tony, and Tony's like, "You still think I'm that little kid, right?" So I was like, "Yeah, Tony used to get picked on, but it's kind of cool to have a role of somebody who has that authority figure over Tony, right?"
I mean, that was like
so different.
Yeah, I mean, that was like, you know, James Gandolfini was a tall guy.
He was a big guy.
And my dad's not. And for them to do that scene together and for, you know, Pop's character to be in that position of authority and that intimidating person against this man who was a giant was really wild to see.
And it was also a very different episode than all the other writing of Sopranos. So it's a little bit more identifiable, like when you like with that only being in one episode of that one, but people do recognize that one episode because it was so different than the others.
Yeah.
You know, versus the character arc of Horseface all through The Wire, and you kind of get to know him, get to love him.
Even though there are some dream scenes in The Sopranos.
There are. Just this one was just so different.
Yeah,
it had it had a different cadence to it than the others.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, but that was cool. So your dad said on the interview that at the time he was like, this has to win an Emmy, and David Simon even told him the ratings aren't there for the Emmys. Mm-hmm. Like when did you guys see the Wire fan group grow? Because like when he first shot it, I'm sure the recognition grew over time, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I had no idea. until after he
I
passed away.
knew that that people in the Baltimore area, were nuts about it. And I know that when we were in the area with Pop, he would make sure that he would wear his vest, no matter where we were. God bless him. And people would go crazy, and I'd be like, "Why are these people going crazy about this fat guy in an orange vest?" I didn't really get it. I saw The Wire, but I really didn't get it. But now, I mean, I absolutely get it, and the debates on Facebook sometimes are hysterical because people get real passionate about it, man.
You know what, Angie? If you just look on Facebook and type in the Wire groups, the group that we're all in, I think it is, last time I checked, I want to say it is 55,000 members.
Wow.
Or something. And I'm in every single Wire group, all of them. I think I'm in every single one. I think the next closest might be 8,000 members.
Wow.
It's a huge gap. It's a huge gap. And like the group that we're all in, the discussions are so rapid. We've done episode concepts from that group. Like, it's somebody, they said that there was no prominent women in the Wire. And I was like, well, that's bullshit. Like, so it pissed me off. I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? Like, and we formed a whole episode just from that group. That group it's single-handedly one of the reasons why The Wire is still relevant 24 years later. Like, it's unbelievable how every day there's so much Wire content. I'm like, how is there more than 5 seasons? Or like, what? How do we come up with new stuff every day about The Wire? Like, it's unbelievable. That group it's true Wire fans in that group. It's unbelievable. Shout out to Kurt. Every day,
Amory referenced it earlier. We had no idea until after we lost what a big deal and what a blessing The Wire had been to him and to so many people.
Yeah. I mean, he was on CBS Sunday mornings.
Dude, he was on CBS Sunday morning.
Yep.
Like, that's just crazy. That's crazy.
You're getting calls from Fox News. Nobody calls me. Why? I'm not the favorite.
Because you're not the favorite.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And it's not a lot of shows where that fan base is so rapid, let alone 24 years later.
Every time like a minor itty bitty character, and yes, there was a through line, but you're just like, what?
Everybody matters, everybody matters.
I don't think he was that minor of a character, honestly.
The whole season wouldn't happen without him.
He played
I think Jesse, what they might be saying is because maybe we only got to see him for one season.
Little bit.
It's a few times every episode over a whole season, kind of thing. But he was such a we wouldn't have season 2 without Horseface. Like it wouldn't even be season 2 without him, kind of thing.
Yeah, he played a pretty significant role. Horse is the one who let the ships go by on the terminal on the Atlantic.
And you know what, too, Jesse? What we were talking about earlier, just his comedic timing at the end after Frank dies, and I always get their names mixed up. Is it Nat? I think it's Nat, the one that he was going to run. And
I knew when we were watching. I know it's either Nat or the what was the
you know who I'm talking about though, Jesse. And he's like one man, one vote, and then you see Horseface. His face just lights up. He's so happy, like thinking about Frank. He's just that smile. It's such a he had great time. He was such a great significant person in season 2 for sure.
It really means a lot that you guys put so much focus on him, and I think. I wanted to do this to be here for my sister because she's had a harder time than I have with his passing, even though I was the favorite. But I was in the house a lot longer, so I got to see a little bit more of where he was headed in life. But, this really means a lot. I said this year, it being a year later, I said I found it harder this time around than I did the last time, like when he passed away. So as time goes on, but then there's moments like this, and I'm just like, what? Like, we still want to talk about Daddy? Like, this is amazing.
You are like, I'm telling you, like this is I don't know, interview 45 or 43. I don't know. I stopped counting a few
Good
interviews.
for you.
It's but something like this, and we've done other tributes, like we've done full characters, we've done single characters, to be able to reminisce about you all's father. If you all to be willing to come on and essentially share your family moments about your father, this is something I don't know. I don't know, Jesse. I don't know how you pull some of our other stuff off, but I really don't know how you pull this one off, Jesse. Like this is something. Is something like I don't know. It's so humbling. This is unbelievable
for us too.
I don't even tell them that. I don't even tell them the ideas I'm having. I saw Angie Scalies. I'm like, oh, we're going to do a tribute to Horseface, and I'm gonna go, oh, Leland, by the way, we're doing a tribute to Horseface. Their daughters are coming on. He's like, okay, sounds good.
I did a podcast for a while before 2020. I gave up everything after COVID. I should have stuck to it. I was ahead of the game at the time. But this is what key podcasting is. It's just
why don't you come back on here for an episode of rewatch? You guys rewatching the episode that your dad's on, and
you know what you all. First of all, you all gave me some good ideas earlier, and Jesse, I had to rewatch this because we were talking about something, and I had an episode idea based on your father. What was it? The most loyal characters of The Wire. We'll definitely put that together. We're going to do at some point in time, we're going to get to Horseface as a character analysis. Like we break down characters in single episodes. We'll do just one character and do a character analysis on him. At some point in time, we're going to get to Horseface. We're going to talk about his loyalty
But what I'm saying, what we should do is that they what's an episode where Horseface is... Leland knows the Wire episodes. Like I can name a Wire season and episode, he'll tell me the dialogue from it.
Oh my god!
What's a good a Horseface episode for us to break down? I love the one with them still in the car. I love that one. I love the one about Ziggy when they find out about Ziggy because it shows your father's like his emotion. Yeah, his emotion is like what? Like he shot somebody. Like you can see it on his face.
Yeah, I like that one. So you want to plan that for like 2 months from now? You guys watch that episode and we recap it?
Angie probably will. I'm terrible at watching it. I'm terrible at it. I fast forward.
We're giving you 2 months.
Oh, I know.
You're missing all the juicy stuff.
But remember, right? He has 5 kids. There's 2 ball-busting brothers that you would love to talk to as well.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll work it out with Angie.
You know what, Anne-Marie? What we could do, and this is something that we Jesse and I and Jack, we've talked about this, just episodes like this where we bring together multiple people kind of thing, and kind of it just the connection is Horseface, kind of thing. But if you all would come back maybe with one of the brothers or something like that'd be. We're planning that for our season 4. We've got a lot of connections in season 4, people we've interviewed already, and we kind of want to try to do for season 4, try to connect some of them like for reunion episodes before the end of this year. If we can all get on the same accord, and if your brothers are willing, we would love to do an episode recap with you all. I think it'd be really cool. If everybody's down there, we're going into the holidays soon, but if the times align, for sure.
Listen, if there's a reason to gather and talk about our dad, we'll do it.
That's love. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
No, so after an hour of talking about your dad, are you guys going to go watch an episode? What are you guys going to do now?
Absolutely. 100%. Because you know what? My husband hasn't seen The Wire at all. So we will start from the beginning. And we will watch it through. We need something good to watch together, aside from Big Brother, because that's what we watch.
Did you? I don't like. I like it. I like Dee and I like Devins. I don't like that they always give these players like advantages, man. Like,
I know, but Angela Murray, her birthday was yesterday, and so was mine. And then they put Tamu up on the block. That's a really good birthday present. My sister used to watch Big Brother. She's acting surprised because she hasn't watched it now, but she used to.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Angela.
Yeah, my birthday is Monday. So
happy birthday!
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Angela's so overdramatic on the
She is overdramatic. She is. And she's only 52. And she looks like she's in her 60s or 70s at this point. And I'm like, wait, I just turned 50. I'm supposed to be like her? I'm like, no.
I like Taylor. I'm waiting for Taylor to come out of her shell.
Agreed. She will. Yeah. She will. See, when you have a Big Brother podcast, bring me and my husband on. We'll talk for days.
It's funny. I was thinking of starting. We started this on a whim, right, Leland? We're like, we started last year. We I was messaging people from we were doing recaps, and I was messaging people from the Wire cast and crew. I was looking them up on IMDb, just messaging them like, hey, we're going to start a Wire podcast. You want to come on? Donna Adrian Gibson, who was the costume supervisor, I actually sent her the episode where we did the tribute. We did 10 people who passed away. Your dad was one of them, where we pronounced his last name wrong. Apologize.
That's okay.
And then she was like, wow, you guys know so much about The Wire. I'm going to help you guys get. And she just started helping me get
oh, that's great.
Guest after guest after guest, and we've been steamrolling since, right?
Have you been doing well with your podcast?
Yeah, it's been
we're doing pretty good. We've got our highest long format is 2.5 thousand.
Okay.
YouTube, yeah. So it's pretty consistent. We got what 596
going on 600.
Going on 600 subscribers.
But it's to answer your question. We're growing every week. Like the subscribers are starting. It's like every day there's somebody new. There's somebody new. There's somebody new. There's somebody new. And I'm a master. Like I don't want to say master promoter, but a master marketer. So like every day, I'll search for anybody that's typed in The Wire, and I'll go drop our podcast.
Smart.
Like I'm that person.
Smart.
So
we're just waiting, and we're waiting it to catch fire a little more because that David Simon interview hasn't done the numbers that I know it should, right?
But
so
you know what, too, Jesse? What I think some of the other, and I've been researching this, some of the other podcasts, when you upload a video, it's a box that says, hey, is your video suitable for children? And every time I upload, I always say no. I don't know if that has something to do with it because it automatically alienates audiences, But I think we're on the right side of the algorithm because of the people that are finding our stuff organically. And some of our stuff is longer. A lot of the Wire channels, they might make like 15-minute videos, 20-minute videos. Yeah. This is an hour long. We're probably going to end it an hour and 5 minutes.
Are you doing clips from each of your shows and running that?
We do clips sometimes. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do clips sometimes. Yeah. And we're gonna get back into more clips because we're about to. We somebody we interviewed a few weeks ago for one of our episodes. It was The Wire's most menacing characters. It's a good friend of mine from Facebook. He actually reached out to Jesse and was like, "Hey, let me help you all with posting clips. Like on Twitter." On TikTok, So it's weird.
Once you get people into the bites, the rest are going to come.
Yep. So we're gonna get back to it actively.
We have a bunch of shorts also that do pretty well. Yeah,
but we're definitely gonna get back into it in September. We took some time in July to shoot a bunch of content. Like I was trying to release something or shoot something every day in July, and so we got close. I think out of 31 days, I think it was 26 days we either released or shot something, recorded something. So we got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that seems to be in order to get the algorithm, you got to post daily and you got to post multiple times a day, at least on TikTok. That'll get you going.
Yeah. But you know what? More importantly than the numbers, and I mean this, we got the Baltimore film crew loves us. We the people on The Wire, Donna Adrian Gibson, who was the costume that she helped us get everybody. We're like, you're our executive producer, and she'll text me. I've been watching this episode, this and that. We've had, like I said, Genevieve Hudson Price, who she was like, oh, this episode, so some of the friendships that we've built over this is worth the podcast alone.
And we haven't really wanted to sacrifice kind of the fans that we've built that is our core audience because what you all are really going to watch us three goofballs for 2 hours? Right. They're like, yeah, we love your stuff, kind of thing. So it's like we don't really want to.
They're into it.
Yeah, we don't really want to conform to what the type of content everybody else is doing. We've got some that are a little shorter, but we pretty much are sticking to what's got us here, not really trying to conform to what they're doing over there.
You're doing a great job.
All right.
Thank you.
So check this out. And Angie, I'm sorry, I know you're going to say something. We have a super fan who he's probably going. I guarantee you, he's going to leave the nicest comment about your dad when we release this. This is John. John, I know you are, because John, if you go through our channel, John is just a super fan of like, and he's like, I never leave comments, but I just love your Wire podcast, and he leaves like a comment on, like the detailed comment on all these. He's with Cyrus Farmer, who played Michael's stepdad. He was kind of like, I'm so happy you guys interview all like everybody that makes the Wire, because they're just as important as a Dominic West or David Simon.
Yep.
And then so he always leaves like the most detailed stuff. So we actually had Jan on from the episode, and then Jan just randomly texts us one day, "Hey, I get you guys an Academy Award nominated director from who directed the season 1 episode 8 Game Day, episode 9." And he wrote an email to the guy. He's like, "I want you to go on my favorite Wire podcast," and we just interviewed him.
And he's overseas, you all. Like, he's in another country.
No, he's living in New York now. He's living in New York. Oh, Jan. Yeah, Jan.
Jan, I'm talking about Jan. So to answer your question, how's it going? Well, we're 3 goofballs who love the Wire, and we've got an international fan. I guess it's going good. I guess, you know.
Yeah, congratulations.
We love what we created, and we love moments like this. We love interviewing you guys and stuff. And Angie, you were going to say something?
I wanted to just shout out to the, cast and the crew and the writers and everybody on the Wire, and thank them for being a part of Pop's life. He loved every single second that he was on that set. He admired every single person that he met. He learned a lot, and he was never, ever happier than when he could come and tell us stories about things that happened on the set and people that he had met and things that he had learned. And just thank you. Thank you, everybody.
So I want to keep you one more minute. So I'm going to do the outro right now. Shout out to Donna Adrian Gibson, the executive producer of our show. Shout out everybody who's come on. Brandon Fobbs, Mr. David Simon has blessed us with a present. And David Simon doesn't talk about the Wire. You can't find him recently talking about the Wire. He did this as a special favor to somebody for our podcast. And we want to thank you guys for coming on. So I wanted to do the outro now because I want to end it on you guys sharing your favorite memory. If this is okay, Leland, if you want to get something into, sure. I want you guys to share your favorite memory on your dad, and then we'll just end it like that.
Let me speak real quick, Jesse. We'll let them take us out. I just want to say thank you both for joining us tonight. I know we had so many laughs, so many moments tonight. This was exactly what I thought it was going to be. So I definitely appreciate you two for just tapping in with us tonight, sharing these moments about your father, just special family moments. Like this is one of my favorite interviews that we've ever done, to be able to talk to you all about your father. And I told Jesse before we shot, because I've been busy all day, and I was like, bro, this is a legendary interview we're about to do tonight. That is exactly what I text him. So it's humbling to be able to speak to you all about your father, to have you all kind of look past grief and find happy moments in it is one of the reasons we're so happy to do this with you all tonight, to have put some happy memories in you all's mind about somebody who seems like he was larger than life in person.
Oh yeah.
He sounded like such a sweet man. I know he's by God's side, and he would always live with you guys, right? You guys always have him in your heart,
Well, I mean, I just had a birthday yesterday, and here we are talking about him, so I feel like there's
you're right. Wow, damn.
I think I probably have two. Some of my favorite memories are when my dad got back into theater. I was a sidekick. He would come home from work, and I would hop in the car with him and go to rehearsal every night. I wasn't in any of the shows he was doing. I just wanted to sit there. And we would always drive, and we'd go to 7-Eleven, and we would get a big gulp. And probably many reasons as to why I was an obese child. But that's neither here nor there. But getting to spend just one-on-one time with my dad And then the other, honest to God, would be his love for my mother.
Wow.
You know, people don't love like that these days. And 63 years of marriage, he looked at my mom the same way he did the day he met her, and he did everything that he could for her and loved her in spite of her flaws, in spite of our flaws. Like we were telling you, like you couldn't see anything bad about anybody, but he loved my mother. And to be able to go into, I recently got married, so to be able to take that image of what marriage is supposed to be like and feeling as though I think I found a spouse as much like my dad with calm and patience and humor and integrity. That to me is probably my, you know, of all of it, to be able to talk back and say that my dad was a fantastic husband and he loved his wife.
Wow.
I think that I agree with that, and I think that the 2 minutes before he walked me down the aisle on my wedding day, and he didn't say anything, and I didn't say anything. He just looked at me. He looked at me with that look that just wraps you in love and is so pure and so honest, and I can shut my eyes and feel it. So I think that's my favorite memory.
Wow. And I think we could both leave you with the same sentiment that mom and dad would say to each other. And it's one I really wish I had his handwriting. But dad and mom would always say, all my love, all my life.
All my life.
Wow. That's beautiful. Thank you all so
Thanks,
much.
guys.
We're going to end on that moment, and we appreciate you all so much for connecting with us. And like I said, this is one of my favorite interviews that we've ever done.
Thank
so
you.
I want to say that. And Jesse can send you the screenshot of me texting him before we started. Those are my exact words. Like, bro, legendary shit. Bro. Like, you know, like this is a big deal for me. You know, I'm just, as somebody that is really connected with his parents. I'm an only child, so. You know, I feel for how you all view your parents, and I just love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
You as well.
Bye.
This has been a phenomenal episode.
What happened was.
Are you done?
I'm gonna give the outro with everybody. You're welcome to stay on, Miss Angie, if you want to hear me close everything out. This has been a phenomenal episode. We appreciate you all for coming on and just sharing your moments tonight. This is one of my favorite interviews that we've ever done. So I'm extremely humble and extremely blessed to have you all on. We thank you all so much. Our behind the scenes support system, Ms. Donna Adrian Gibson, thank you so much. We love you so much. Ms. Debbie Young, thank you so much. We love you so much. Kurt Burt, thank you so much, because we wouldn't even be here recording if it wasn't for you and our Facebook group. So Kurt, good to see you back out here. We love you so much. And the unofficial fourth member of Wiretapped Truths, Dan DeLuca, we love you so much as well. We look forward to having you back on for season 4. You'll probably see Dan DeLuca 3 or 4 more times on our channel. So we're so grateful. We appreciate all the love, all the support. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, Wiretapped Truths. You all will see this in about a week. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to put some footage into this interview of The Wire, of your father. So it's going to be really, really cool. So thank you all so much, Miss Angie. And we look forward to having you all back on. Thank you so much. Blessings to you.